Hi, welcome back to Keep It Dirty, a podcast where my guests share their life living functionally and sustainably and their why behind their experiences navigating through our ever changing environment. I am your host, Leslie Dowling. I'm a functional nutrition and lifestyle practitioner and speaker. And today it's a pleasure to have as a guest Lauren Musser. Lauren is a wellness advocate for doTERRA, and we both met years ago, and now she has brought me on board as an advocate, spreading our stories about all of the products and all of the new products that doTERRA has to offer. So it's great to see you. Thank you for taking the time out to be on my podcast.
For having me, Leslie.
So I'd love for you to share a little bit about your background, about how you kind of got involved in these products, and a little bit about,
Yeah. So my story, I don't have the training you do. Most of mine is experiential. So years ago, when I was in my early 20s, that seems like a long time ago now, but I ended up having some horrible health episodes. In fact, when it first happened, I was admitted to the hospital. They thought I had brain cancer or a brain aneurysm, meningitis. They were testing me for all kinds of horrible things. All of those tests came back normal. So they sent me home with like no help. I was just supposed to live like this. And I had a lot of, they also tested me for a stroke because I had symptoms that kind of presented as a stroke. And it just continued to get worse and worse and worse. I would go back to doctors. Of course, it was like my family doctor or a specialist with the Western medicine system. And nobody knew what to do with me. They would throw me on medications and say that it would, that this would be the ticket. And it wouldn't touch my symptoms. I went to the doctor at one point with a list of 25 symptoms I was dealing with on a regular basis. I had very little quality of life, and I had two little boys at the time. Joel was just born, and Noah was 2. So it was ridiculous. It was so difficult. And I remember finally I sat down with my family doctor after he got results back and everything looked normal. And he said, I think maybe you're just depressed. And I looked at him and I was like, well, you're making me depressed. But other than that, that's one symptom I don't have. So finally, someone recommended a natural doctor in my area. And I was desperate, even though I was not natural at all at that time. I was like, you know what? I will try anything. And so I went to her. And for the very first time, I actually had somebody sit there and listen to me. And she actually cared about my symptoms and didn't assume that she knew everything before I even opened my mouth. And she actually did muscle testing. And what I found actually was that the muscle testing was so accurate. She knew things before my blood work showed them. And so it was really, really impactful for me. She actually found out that I had Lyme disease and that it was so far gone in my body. It had gone to my heart. My adrenals were in complete failure. It was so rough. And so at that time, I was running like 7 miles a day because I loved to get out. It was my stress reliever. But I did know, like, I didn't feel right afterwards. I'd get really dizzy and like really struggle. And so she asked me to stop doing that because she said it was actually a danger to me at this point. So she got me well with all whole food and herbal supplements. I did not do any antibiotics. And, I won't go into too much detail, but I knew when that bacteria exited my body. I starved it out. I was very careful to not have any sugar, not even natural sugars. I was allowed to have 20 carbs a day or less because bacteria feeds on carbs and sugar. And so I starved it out of my body. And then with the help of whole food and herbal supplements, I was able to get well. And I feel like, I know that I got my life back. And so I was introduced to the power of whole food supplements at that time. And I was forever changed. So now, before we run to the doctor, we are running to whole food and herbal supplements. The one thing that led me to doTERRA is that what I found was, first of all, we drained our entire savings account getting me well. And you can't put a price on quality of life. However, that was hard. Like, we were a young family and we drained our savings account because it was so expensive to go to this very worthwhile natural doctor. And so what I found then too is when I would tell my friends who are also struggling, about her, their response was, "I can't afford that," and I totally got it because we drained our entire savings. We were thinking we'd have to move to afford to get me well. And what I found is that our bodies communicate really well with us. I know nobody likes to have symptoms, but they are our body's way of communicating. So, Western medicine, although very helpful in times of emergency, their way of treating you is by telling your body to shut up and shut those symptoms down. Well, that's your body's way of communicating. And so my body was telling me something was severely wrong. And now, knowing what I know, and Leslie, I know you know even more than I do, we have this ability to offer whole food supplements at an affordable cost that is accessible to everyone. And that's where this is earth shattering. And my friends that couldn't afford to get well before now can. And so that's my heart behind it, and I know your heart is to see people get well as well. And that's the beauty of this business. It's really not, I mean, it is a beautiful business as well. It's an excellent way for somebody to make an income, but the impact of what we're doing is just, there's no words to describe it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I started 15, almost 15 years ago with the essential oils. And that was before the supplements and all of the wonderful um, herbal remedies with the what I'm taking now, which you introduced me to, because at one point I was taking 30 different supplements as a functional health practitioner. I'm like, something is wrong. I mean, I'm exercising, I'm eating whole foods. We're only human. I do
Yeah.
like having desserts here and there, but on a very small scale. I don't
Yeah.
do all of the ultra processed and processed foods. And even in my home, my environment here, I stay away from all plastics.
Yeah.
I use the metal containers or glass, like this is
Mhm.
EMG vitamin,
Mhm.
the powdered drink mix that I had this morning. But I knew that I needed to make changes. And I felt like I was a prisoner of all of these
Yes.
wonderful supplements that cost a lot of money every month. And that's when we kind of connected. And it was sort
Yeah.
of like your ear must, like ringing, like, wait, I
Yeah.
remember meeting Leslie years ago when I
Mhm.
was repping another company, you were repping another business. And you were just like, hey, look, you could break this down and have like 5 different items that you take in the morning and then you're done. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Mhm.
And so I'm really excited because we're going to start doing like monthly wellness check-ins with
Mhm.
people and also just sharing the news about what we're doing, but also before and after of like, okay, in 90 days, I wonder how I'm going to be feeling because it takes that much time for the cells to regenerate and our body to regenerate and then see how I'm feeling. But I know after like now I'm a little over a month into it, like I just feel my hair seems to be healthier, like I'm not losing clumps of hair like I was when I was going through a lot of stress last year.
Mhm.
And I don't crash at 4 o'clock where I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just lay down 10 minutes to regenerate, even though I do all the healthy things. So there's definitely a lot of research behind doTERRA. There is a whole team of doctors and
Yeah.
experts. They test everything. I mean, and
Yeah.
it was like a no brainer because I will not put anything in my mouth that I'm not sure where it's sourced. And that's key too.
Yeah. doTERRA is, I mean, the sourcing, not only are they going to choose the whole food or herb from a place where it grows the best naturally, but then there is no middleman between us and the farmer. So the farmer's getting paid a whole lot more than they would otherwise. And they even pay the farmers extra to leave it in the ground longer till it's ready. So it's just, yeah. And then they build schools and they dig wells, they build hospitals for these people. We build communities. It's not, I mean, we here are healed by the impactful supplements. And across the world, or, some it's Canada, sometimes it's actually there's some sourced in Pennsylvania here where I am. And it's, regardless of where we are, we're building the communities, we're building the people. It's all about people with doTERRA, and it's you can see it. You can see it from the business model where the advocates are paid what they're worth. And then you can see it, the way that they source their products. We care about the people in the communities, and we care about our customers. And it's just every single detail all the way through. It's people first.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really am passionate about empowering the younger generation. And doTERRA really stresses like educating the younger generation, educating women, empowering them, taking charge of their health and wellness and their
Yeah.
bodies.
Mhm.
And you don't see a lot of companies just so diversified in giving back to the communities throughout the world. Is I always say helping, is it healing or helping hands that they started, doTERRA?
Healing hands. Yeah.
Healing
Mhm.
hands. So I don't know if you
Mhm.
could share anything. I think we kind of touched upon what Healing Hands has done over the years, but I just am so interested just researching doTERRA and all the good things that they have done
Mhm.
to help,
Mhm. Well,
you
it's
know.
really interesting with the healing hands. They do amazing work, like digging wells in schools and hospitals in the communities that we are sourcing our products from. But
Mhm.
also, even here in the United States, their healing hands. When I was at the conference this year, they were talking about healing hands going into hospitals. And this like tore me up inside because I had 5 miscarriages. So during the time where my body was a wreck and they didn't know what was going on, I kept losing babies. And they go into hospitals and they have care packages for these women who have just gone through pregnancy loss or stillborn loss. And it's they things that they put in these packages, it's so well thought out. And it's like clearly somebody who has experienced that hurt heads this up because it's like everything a mom that just came out of that situation needs. So there's so many different ways that they help, so many different areas that they serve. But yeah, it's always people first. And it's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess the other thing is being on the other side of just purchasing the essential oils, using it on my pets, on my family when my three boys were little, when they were sick,
Yeah.
like taking the peppermint oil and then putting some, rubbing
Mhm.
that on their feet, the soles of their feet, putting socks on, which then is absorbed through, into their body. Um, and it was interesting. They have all of these wonderful health and wellness clinics that doTERRA offers to people that even if you're not a wellness advocate, you could just, let your friends know that at certain times of the month, there was an RN last night talking
Yeah.
about what was it? The packs, the
The castor oil. Yeah.
castor oil. And she was sharing with us that her son was sick and I don't know, maybe just had something going on with lower GI, throwing up, and then gave him some of the orange, I guess,
Yeah.
essential oil. And it worked
Yeah.
so quickly on him. I don't know. I guess she put it on topically. I don't know if he drank
Mm.
something. I can't remember that. I
It
don't know
was
if you
it was
want to
on his
share that.
feet. Yeah.
It was on his feet.
Mhm.
And what he
Yeah.
threw up, I know it sounds really, but what did he throw up? Orange. Like,
Yeah.
how crazy
Yeah.
is that? And she's like, wait, I did not give him orange juice. And then she realized she made the connection that that's how powerful and potent these essential oils are.
Mhm. Mhm.
Doing what it's
Yeah.
doing, working, doing the job to heal our bodies.
Mm.
So I just thought that was really
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, it is absolutely incredible. For me personally, I started out with the supplements because that's what I was used to, and then I ventured into the essential oils and have been
Mm.
amazed. And yeah, Leslie, what you said about we offer free classes, whether it's hormones that you need help with, you're interested in learning more about castor oil, or maybe you're looking to detox. We have, and the cool thing is they're run by functional medicine doctors, they're run by functional nurses. Like these are people who really know what they talk about. Very similar to Leslie. Leslie will be doing one of these classes one of these days. But seriously, like they are free. Just connect with Leslie and she can connect you to them. So it's such a powerful gift to give to somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wanted to show you like when I came on board and I do get supplements for me, and eventually I'll get my son and my husband on board with this, but you get these rewards benefits and these wonderful little samples. And I'm always getting these freebies and I'm just holding on to them. So as other people come on board, I want to share these wonderful products.
Oh,
One
yeah.
is the Recharge MetaPower. So maybe
Leslie,
you could
that
share a
one.
little more about that. Maybe
Oh,
I need to do more of this.
the recharge is so good. First of all, it's delicious, but it's our electrolytes. And so, ever since I had Lyme disease, I have struggled with like POTS symptoms. I am
Mm-hmm.
so far better than what I used to be, but I still have a little bit of that orthostatic hypotension. It's like when you stand up and you get real dizzy.
Yeah,
And this has like changed the game for me. And I have tried electrolytes before and it was kind of like, okay, whatever. I'm sure it's good for me, but whatever.
yeah,
These are sea minerals. So it's not just like table salt like a lot of these electrolytes are. This is sourced with sea minerals and it is so impactful. I drink 2 a day because I personally need that with clearly my
sure.
body's telling me I need more. So sometimes I'll do 3 a day if it's hot outside. But this has allowed me to not deal with that orthostatic hypotension like I was. So it's a
Yeah.
huge benefit.
Yeah, I go over, there's Tiverton, which you probably have heard of, but it was in Berks County. And now I'm like, I don't even, you just do things like I have this little thing packet of electrolyte stuff, but now I'm
Mhm.
like, I think I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon and, try
Yeah.
this recharge and get
Oh,
does
yeah.
it come in a little like container or did they all come in one of these?
Yeah, it comes in it's 2 boxes, and so it's like a 30-day supply. For me, I end up purchasing 2 because I use a lot,
Yeah.
but they're individual. So you just like take this off and um it's a liquid that you just empty into water. So you don't wanna
Hmm.
just drink it out of here because it's very potent. And so you're just gonna put it in water. It tastes like strawberries. It's so good.
And how many ounces? I probably hear,
That's
is
a
it
good
eight
question.
ounces?
0.35.
Okay. Because like, I have
And I
my
always just shake it up first and
the
then empty it
shaker.
in.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. That's good to know. And then now also, a lot of us with perimenopause, menopause, our hormones are offset by a lot of things, a hormonal
Mhm.
imbalance, and our
Mhm.
gut health, trying to keep our gut health in check is so key to overall health. But now
Yeah.
this PB assist, is this what I get in the box and I don't have it in front of me
With
with,
the foundational wellness.
yeah,
So this is 13 unique strains of probiotics,
okay,
specifically targeting the gut.
okay,
This PB Restore, this is what comes in your foundational wellness.
yes,
This is a pre, pro, and postbiotic, and it focuses on the microbiome of your entire body.
mhm,
The cool thing about this, I always start people on this one first. It is doubly encapsulated, so it looks kind of funny, but that's because there's 2 capsules in there. A lot of people know about probiotics, but the thing is, most of them don't even get to your gut. So the double encapsulation allows it to get to your gut. And then you have the pre and the post portion of this that not only are the good guys getting there, but it's creating an environment in your gut where they can flourish and reproduce. And the bad bacteria gets really uncomfortable and the cool thing too with the PB Restore is that it does have bacterial phages in it. So in my like non-sciencey kind of mind, I picture like the Pac-Man, like he's coming along and he's eating all of the bad bacteria, leaves the good bacteria. So I always start people with this. If somebody has a really tough time with digestion, that's when I'll add this. And together they're really, really good. For me, all I need is this one. If of course, like if I would have a situation where I'm on antibiotics, then I will add this for a while too. But yeah, typically
yeah.
this is the one that I go to.
Like I afterwards, after this, actually, our recording, I want to order the Digest Zen, but
Yeah.
would that be in place of the Digest Zen if I do a couple of
So the
drops?
Digest Zen, it does help with digestion. It's not
Okay,
necessarily probiotics though. So it just
right,
helps open the detox pathways.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know. And also, yeah, so I have this On Guard essential oil that came in
Mhm.
this, great little
Yeah.
box here. So many great things. I don't know if there's anything on your end that you could show our viewers on YouTube, some of the things that you have.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have a couple things here. I have, and these three I recommend pretty much everybody needs these. So this is our VMG here. This is our vitamins, minerals, and greens. Something I know Leslie talks about all the time is how depleted our soils are. And so we are not getting the nutrients we need. So most of us are walking around severely nutrient deficient. And then we can't sleep and our hormones can't regulate and our brain is foggy. Well, no wonder, because we do not have the nutrients we need to function. So this fills those nutrient gaps. It is methylated as well. So those of us with the MTHFR genetic mutation can handle it as well and use it. It's 95% absorption. So your body is able to use just about all of it. Most supplements on the market are about 10 to 30% absorption. So you're peeing out 70 to 90%. So basically, what's the point?
Right.
So this your body can actually use. It's whole food. If you look at the ingredients on it, it is literally things that we eat. So it is really, really, really powerful. For myself, I always suspected I had the MTHFR genetic mutation because I'm just prone to more autoimmune type of things. I'm highly sensitive. So when I started using this, and I was taking really expensive supplements. They're supposed to be like the best of the best, right? Well, when I started taking this, I realized that my energy levels were just like sustained throughout the day. And I'm certain it's because I'm actually getting vitamin B now. My body couldn't use vitamin B in its normal form. So this is good for every body type. And you just empty it into water. It is a packet, and you have to get past that when you empty it in, it's green because it has greens in it, which, by the way, for women is essential because these greens help your hormones helps your body methylate hormones too. So if you have too much estrogen, it helps your body get rid of that. A lot of us women are estrogen dominant. So the greens part is really powerful too. It tastes delicious. Get past the green. It tastes like pineapple mango. It's delicious. My daughter asks for it every single day. She's 10 and loves it. So if she thinks it's amazing, I promise it's amazing. So it tastes good. You can look forward to it every day. And then I highly recommend this, the pre, pro, and postbiotic as well. Everybody needs that as well. There's just so much that goes against our gut health nowadays that we all just need support. And then it comes with our omegas. So the omega 3s are sourced from Nordic waterways, so you're not worrying about the toxicity of metals. The other thing, and this is true of all of our supplements, are infused with our essential oils. So this one specifically has our orange essential oil in it, and that keeps it fresh. So you're not going to have the fishy burps. But the cool thing about our supplements is that with the essential oils added, because essential oils can pass through the cell wall, you get that cellular level of healing, and no other supplement on the market has that kind of power. So that's why people see these incredible results. So those three are called foundational wellness. They are a power pack. This is a really, really great way to start. And what people find is that when their nutrient buckets are filled, their body can heal. And so you're just giving your body the tools that it's craving. So that is the foundational wellness. I always recommend people get on that. If you're over 25, our MetaPower Advantage is really good. That's our collagen. So after 25, your body severely reduces the amount of collagen it produces. And then after women go through menopause, just forget it. You're not producing collagen at all. And collagen is the glue that holds us together. So joint pain, connective tissue pain, muscle tension, that's all signs of a collagen deficiency. So, or like thinning hair, this is going to not only do the hair, skin, and nails, but it's going to go deeper and do the joints, connective tissue, muscles. Even it's really good for your gut too. So, this is also a powder. It's in freeze dried form. That's very unique. So, collagen loses efficacy and potency. They go together as it sits on the shelf. This is freeze dried so that when you empty it into water, that is when it's activated. So you're getting it in its most potent form. It's also in tripeptide form. A lot of collagens are in peptide form, and your body cannot use peptide form. It has to break it down. So your body's working really hard to be able to use the collagen. This is already in tripeptide form. So it's extremely impactful. So those four are what Leslie and I are doing on a regular basis, and that has made significant improvements. I know for myself, I'm going through perimenopause, and the days that I would get my cycle, in months past, it was like I was so fatigued that literally my legs were aching. Like it was just awful. And I would just lay on the couch because I felt horrible. And now I can walk 5 miles, and be totally fine on the first day of my period, which is like, what? Like, I didn't know that was a thing. So you really get your life back when you choose to nourish your body. And it's super unfortunate, but all of us have to supplement in order to nourish our bodies nowadays. And so if you're going to supplement, make sure it's something your body can use. Don't go
Mhm.
to the dollar store or Walmart, and don't, go on Amazon and pay a bunch for a bougie supplement that is not even absorbed by your body. So we have the clinical studies, we have tons and tons of testimonies, it's all there. It's at a price point that people can afford. So yeah, that's where I would start.
Yeah, and you touched upon something that's very interesting, that everybody should be well aware of. Not only should you do your research, because a lot of times there's a beautiful picture of somebody running on the package and it looks healthy, but you really don't know what you're getting and what the percentages are of the ingredients. So, here in good old US, we still
Mhm.
don't have to provide certain things on the packaging. The other thing I ran into is somebody was questioning me, oh, can I get doTERRA on a third party site or like an Amazon, or I think it's called Dirty Roots or something. You
Okay.
can, but you don't know if it's really legit. You don't know because the packaging might be a little different. You
Mhm.
don't know where it's sourced. That's why they can get those products that they say is doTERRA at
Mhm.
cheaper price points. So it's better to go
Yeah.
directly through a wellness advocate, and
Yes.
what you're getting is the real deal. And that's the other
And
thing.
wellness advocates can get you 25% off. Amazon cannot. If it's real doTERRA, you're going to pay 25% more on Amazon. If you go through an advocate, they can get you the wholesale pricing. And if it's cheaper than wholesale pricing, I guarantee you it is not doTERRA. So don't even bother.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that I wasn't even aware of, where
Yeah.
people just be like, "Hey, look, I'm a hero. I
Mhm.
got it at such a great deal." And then it's
Mhm.
like, "Hmm."
Yeah.
So,
Maybe not.
yeah. And then also just quickly, just to let everybody know, there's other wonderful, the essential oils are great that you could
Mhm.
use them. Some of them you can ingest, some of them you could
Mhm.
use in your cooking. You could diffuse it. There's some really
Yeah.
neat diffusers that doTERRA sells that you can just put a couple of drops in water, and
Mhm.
it just helps
Mhm.
us during the winter and fall months
Yeah.
when we just don't feel well. And there's shampoos. I don't know if you've tried any of their
Shampoo's
topical
so good.
skin things, or
So good.
other facials. Because I'm still learning. So there's all the cleansers, and
Mhm. Yeah.
doTERRA is not just essential oils, as you well know
Yeah.
now. There's so many
Mhm.
other wonderful products, which
Mhm.
is exciting to share with everybody.
Yeah. Even just, I mean, if you want to clean your home without toxic chemicals,
Mm.
doTERRA has you covered there too. It's just even their laundry detergent I am obsessed with. I have teen boys, so it takes a powerhouse. And I love their On Guard laundry detergent. It's so, so good.
Now, what is your protocol for cleaning products? Like, do you put a couple of
Mhm.
drops of certain essential oils in water, and then you could use it,
Yeah.
or in a spray bottle? How do you,
Mhm.
and which
So
essential oil do you like?
I like lemon, and I also tea tree is really good too. Tea tree is like a disinfectant. So you
Mm,
put it on, I mean, even if you get a cut or
yeah,
a
yeah,
scrape or whatever, you can put it on your skin, but also like it does the same thing for surfaces. So, if
yeah.
somebody's sick in your home, put it on your cloth and just wipe everything down. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's so simple. And you get so much in one little bottle, you know?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, it's not that difficult. People are like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'll remember it's just like two things that you need to remember in a
yeah.
spray bottle or just
Hmm.
mopping the floors,
Yeah.
whatnot.
And you can mix it up ahead of time, like just do a glass spray bottle,
Hmm.
mix it up ahead of time. So then, like, you're not needing to take out your essential oil every time.
Yeah.
I do have my essential oils on Amazon. They have the cutest little like essential oil holders. I have them sitting out on my counter. So I do
Oh,
use them a
great.
lot because they're right there in front of my face. And
Oh,
that's a
that's
trick for
super.
supplements too. Like if you have trouble remembering, put it out on your counter. You will remember.
Yeah. Yeah, because even and I can't remember her first name, but the woman, the RN from last night who had
Yeah.
the castor oil, I noticed behind her desk she had this
Hmm.
really cool like holder. So I think that's where
Yeah.
she
Yes.
got that. So
Yes.
I'll have to check
Yeah.
that out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They look really pretty there too. So it's not like you
Hmm.
mind having them out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I I love all that we have shared with everyone,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
I hope that it has sparked curiosity and maybe somebody out there, our viewers and listeners, that really want to reach out to us to find out a little bit more. Or we also hold Zoom wellness chats, and we go over all that we did today. So
Mhm.
wherever you are in the world, it doesn't have to be in-house, it could be virtual. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
There's
had
so
such
many opportunities to learn.
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to share or let everybody know or
Well, one thing I'll just share is I was super skeptical. Just if anybody relates to this, I was super skeptical about the essential oils. I also just felt like you needed a PhD to like figure these out. Like, how do you know what to use when? And there were so many, it was just overwhelming to me. And this is actually not through doTERRA, but it is a doctor that works for doTERRA. So he created this protocol called Symphony of the Cells. And it is like, so if you are fighting something, he has a protocol called ID for infectious disease, and he tells you exactly what order to put the essential oils on the spine. And he has one. So my daughter, she had RSV when she was really little. We almost lost her at 2 weeks old. And ever since, anytime she gets anything respiratory, it is like, okay, we're going to the hospital. It's so traumatic, like over and over and over again, right? So anytime she gets something, I'm like, okay, I need to like calm my anxiety because I just know what's coming. And there has been multiple times now, like at least 5 times since I started with the breathe. He has one for the respiratory, the respiratory tract. So you just follow these, like he tells you exactly what order to put them on, and you rub them down her spine. And I would do it like when at her worst 2 times a day. And I am telling you, it's not just like, oh, she seems a little better. No, it brings her oxygen levels up. I have
wow,
never had anything bring her oxygen levels up like that before. 2 points in one night. And even like we have a nebulizer for her. No, that didn't even do that either. Even when they put her on oral steroids, that didn't do that either. It was like a long drawn out process, at least 3 weeks. I am telling you, time and time again, she is getting better and without medication. And so
wow,
I'm just saying, like, they work, and this protocol is incredible. So you can, if you go to symphonyofthecells.com, you can get the book and then you can purchase the oils through Leslie, because it is all you need to make sure it's doTERRA essential oils or they won't do anything. Most essential oils on the market have all kinds of fragrances in them. And just to kind of put it out there, I just learned this, that there are more essential oils sold than the actual crops that are supposedly made into those essential oils. So you just
wow.
need to, yeah, you need to go to doTERRA, you need to go to Leslie, and she'll get you hooked up. They're just powerful. So yes,
Mhm.
supplements and essential oils, they just have gotten it right.
Yeah. Yeah, we could speak all day about this because
I
it's
know. I know,
so
it's
many
true.
layers of amazing. It's just a win-win. So,
Mhm. It is.
I just wanted to thank you First of
Yeah.
all, sharing your personal story with your family and what you went
Mhm.
through in your personal journey on so many
Yeah.
levels, and how it has had a profound effect on your health and
Mhm.
wellness, and just taking the time out of your day. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward going forward to have these chats and
Mhm.
maybe have some clients on and they could share their stories, which I think would be
Yes.
very powerful. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
All
Thanks
right.
for
Well,
having me, Leslie.
yeah, have a great rest of your day. And for everybody out there, all our viewers and listeners, please rate, review, and subscribe because if it wasn't for all you listening and supporting this podcast to try to spread the word of health, I wouldn't be here. So, again, remember, ground with Mother Earth, get out there. Even if it's chilly out, just take 5 minutes and walk the grounds without any socks and shoes on. You could feel the energy of Mother Earth. And always remember to keep it dirty.